So it has a brew. Actually, a Sports Direct mug because 400ml of tea because I kind of quite fancied a huge cup of tea. I'm also just chilling in an NBA jersey because I can't really be bothered because it's a Sunday. I'm tired. I had a busy day yesterday. I just want to chill out today, and I haven't really got time to do a video on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm actually filming this on the Sunday evening, which is why I've kind of got a bit of weird lighting going on because it's dark outside. It's currently 7 o'clock and it's now dark because obviously Northern Hemisphere going through its change of seasons and all that other stuff, so it's also bitterly cold in Plymouth at the moment. So there wasn't really very much in the news, so I will cover a bit of news, which is actually in the background there to do with the Mad Catz Mojo. But there's a few things I wanted to cover personally that I want to share with you guys. First of all, I've changed my phone. I now have an Xperia Z because a mate of mine was moving to America and he was selling his phone, and for a damn good price, so I just picked it up off him. So I've actually replaced my S3 with my Xperia Z. I might try and do a review of this, an actual proper review, as opposed to my pathetic attempt at the S3 review, because this is actually still quite a relevant phone. It's quite new, whereas the S3's been out for a year, whereas the Xperia Z's not been out for very long at all. So it's a really, really nice phone, actually. I have to say I'm very, very impressed with it. I just need to get a case for it. I think that's the only thing I need to do, because everything else seems to be fine with it. So there's that. There's been a few requests for some things, and I'm going to. I've got. The trouble is, I've not really got the time to do a lot of the stuff, because by the time I work Monday to Friday 9 to 5, in the evenings, by the time I cook tea and everything out and actually get sat down, I just can't be bothered for a start because you're just knackering, and then you get to the weekend and it's the weekend. You kind of either want to chill out, or I'm at home with my parents, or like it was yesterday, so Saturday, I was doing first aid training. So I'm kind of quite tied up at the moment with a lot of things. So I'm going to try and do some stuff. I actually just also bought a pair of these, which is the Razer Electras. I've completely forgot what the name was then. Yeah, the Razer Electras, because they were ridiculously cheap on Amazon. It was an Amazon daily deal this week to pick up the Razer Electras for like 30 quid. So I picked a pair of those up, and they're not that great, but I'll do a review of those at some point. I need to redo my review of my projector. I need to redo my most popular video, which is my Word 2010 number breaks and page breaks and other stuff. And there's a few other things I need to either redo or actually start and do reviews of stuff, because people keep requesting reviews for things and people keep requesting videos for things. But annoyingly, I don't have, and this isn't my main job, and because I work full time, it's difficult to try and balance things. So I know this beginning bit's really boring and stuff, but I just wanted to sort of let you know what's going on, and just in case you're thinking, oh, I'm requesting something you've not made out for months, because I literally haven't had the time. Somebody's asked me to do a server video, somebody's asked me to do a setup of my NAS, which actually I've got recorded. I just need to double check and make sure it's alright, and then I can upload it. And there's been a load of somebody wants to show me how to do penetration testing on Wi-Fi, which I may or may not do, because I might just do a talk about it. I might not go through doing it for various reasons. One, because I don't necessarily know enough to be able to do a video on it. Secondly, there's so much content out there already, I don't think it would be beneficial if I did it. And thirdly, I'm kind of a little bit worried that people aren't going to be doing this for the purposes of ethical hacking. The reasons I do it is for business use and for my own personal use. Every time I try and do penetration testing, it's always for a specific purpose. It's either the test network I've got set up, or it's for a client and I just need to double check the penetration testing is working, and just so that people can hack around with stuff. Those are the reasons I do it. Now, some people will be using it for malicious purposes, to hack into the neighbour's Wi-Fi or whatever, hack into school Wi-Fi, hack into sort of corporate systems. And so I don't necessarily, I mean, as much as I wouldn't be responsible for it, I'm just giving, it would just be literally for the purposes of ethical hacking. I don't necessarily know whether or not I kind of want that on my conscience, because I don't know. But that's we'll cover that later on anyway. I'll do a completely separate video of it. Hopefully when we've got some time. I'm kind of hoping things are going to calm down soon, but there's so many things, because I might even be working this weekend as well, so yeah, next weekend, so it'll be interesting. Obviously the last thing I need to cover is the game competition, which there was a video over the weekend of the game competition, just to sort of clarify a few things. Obviously, make sure you enter that. Send me an email at subject line game competition. In the body of your email, put the game you want to win. Closing date's Friday the 18th at midnight. So make sure you get your things in by then, and you'll be entered to win some games, basically. So, actual news. Finally, I'm getting to some actual news. The Mad Catz Mojo. Now, we've already had this. Basically, it's an Android games console, and we already had the Ouya, which was a complete and utter disaster. And to be honest, probably, I think it was let down by the fact that the specs were kind of out of date by the time it came out. The specs, because they kind of announced things way like ages ago, and then it finally came out, and it was really underpowered. And in actual fact, things like most smartphones can actually completely blow that away. So it was kind of a bit shit. Now, Mad Catz are going to release their own version. Now, this is old news, but the new bit of news is that they're going to allow streaming from your PC. Now, this is really quite interesting. I mean, Steam are going to do it with a Steam box and possibly with SteamOS to allow you to stream across the network from your PC, so you can game in the front room without having to have a dedicated PC next to the TV, and then your PC can be anywhere in the building. Or actually anywhere in the world, to be fair. If you use VPN, you could probably do it. It'll be very slow and the latency would be shit, but there you go. Which is really great. I think it's a really good idea. However, for online gaming, it's still going to be shit, because the latency between getting from point A to point B is still going to be too high. I know even if you have a gigabit Ethernet, it's still going to be really the latency is going to be noticeable. Put it that way. Especially if you're doing online, because you've got to allow for the fact that you've got the latency between your home network and the rest of the internet, so whichever server you're connecting to pwn some noobs in Battlefield 3. And obviously you've got then your latency within your internal network as well, which is probably, well, maybe not higher, but there's that added latency as well. So by the time you add all that together, especially if it has to compress it and send it across, because it's not going to send just raw data across and just push it and just get rid of it. It's going to have to compress it on the fly as well, so you've got that kind of latency. So it's kind of, in terms of the latency, you're probably looking at it'll be more than milliseconds anyway, put it that way. And so because of that, it's going to be it's not going to be very good for online play. For general gaming, it's going to be fine. On a 1080p screen, it's going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be able to game on it. Bitrate may be a little bit shit, but I don't quite know how Mad Catz are actually going to do it. They've not really gone into much detail. They're just going to say, oh, well, we can stream now, which is really cool and quite interesting. And that's pretty much it in terms of news. There isn't really been very much in the way of news at all. US government is still shut down. That's pretty much it, really. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Of course, make sure you like, subscribe, and enter the game competition. Share this with your friends, whatever. And apart from that, I shall catch you in a later video.